Hey Gemini, I hope you guys are doing great. This is going to be your general life reading for August 15th through the 31st. If you want to skip the card pull and go straight to your message, feel free to click the timestamp in the description box below. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. So we're first going to pull some oracle cards just to see what the overall energy is that's surrounding you right now. And the first card that we have out for you is Life Between Lives. Let's get another oracle card for you and see what other energies are surrounding this reading for my Gemini collective. And we have Carolite, spiritual protection. You are being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. So we'll see how those two oracle cards fit into your overall reading, but let's get into some tarot. And starting first with your current energy, we have the Magician in reverse. For what's currently hidden from you, we have the Ace of Wands, and we also have the Prince of Discs in reverse. For advice from Spirit, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Oh, wow, that's a lot for the outcome. We're not going to take all of those. Let's just get one or two cards for your outcome. All right. And we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles as well. Let's get some more tarot cards and see if we can clarify these messages a little bit further for you. Starting again with your current energy, we have the Queen of Coins. For what's currently hidden, we have the King of Coins. For advice from Spirit, we have the Four of Coins. And for your potential outcome, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse and we have the Nine of Cups. So let's get some cards from the Kipper deck and see what's going on. We have Mature Woman in Journey for your current energy. For what's currently hidden from you, we have Toil and Labor, and we also have Privileged Lady. For advice from Spirit, we have Lovers, and for your potential outcome, we have Courtship, and we have Judication. Okay, Gemini, let's get into this. So I'm actually feeling as though this reading is not about romantic love because, again, that's not what I set my intention to. But this might have to do with other relationships, like non-romantic. This could be friendships. This could be working relationships, etc. But it feels very much like there are other people or someone else in this scenario. So looking at the overall energy, we have Life Between Lives and spiritual protection. This is telling me that you are you are very much in a place where the next chapter of your life is starting, and you are sort of between, I just heard between old and new. And I also heard you can't take everyone with you. Everyone can't come. So it almost feels as though you are currently in a place of transitioning into a new chapter of your life, a new type of existence, new experiences. But there's still sort of one toe that's stuck with your old existence. There's still one toe that's kind of in that doorway that hasn't quite left yet. And it feels as though there's a little bit of nervousness about leaving that behind. Maybe because it's familiar. I don't think it's necessarily something that you want to hold on to, but it feels like it's something that you may be accustomed to. That it just feels uncomfortable being without it. Like it was sort of filling a space and you don't know what that space will be filled with if you were to let it go. But it very much feels like this is unnecessary worry that things will be okay if you move forward, if you leave this in the past. So, what we have for your current energy, we have the Magician in reverse, we have the Queen of Coins, we have Mature Woman, and we have Journey. So, what this feels like to me is that you are feeling very out of sorts. Even as you sort of undergo this growth process, it almost seems as though you feel ill equipped. Like, can I do this? Is this right for me? Should I do this? And I think a part of it is because you have been giving so much to other people that this step forward, that this new chapter is something that's just for you. And it almost feels like a betrayal to the people around you that you've been sort of the backbone for, that you've been so focused on taking care of everybody and everything else, that this new journey, this new start, this new chapter represents something that you're doing for yourself. And it's almost as if you've been conditioned to not be comfortable with taking care of you, to doing something for you. What's currently hidden from you? We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Prince of Discs, or the Prince of Pentacles in reverse. We have the King of Coins. We have Toil and Labor. And we have the Privileged Lady. So what I'm feeling is currently hidden from you is the understanding that this new beginning is actually good for you. If you want to give more to people, you will be in a position to do so. But I think that there's a bit of a caution in here that this next step could, will take you to a higher level. It will enable you to give more, but it feels as though this pressure for you to continue giving and giving even more, at some point it's going to stop feeling good to you. Because I think at one time it felt good for you to be able to support all of these people around you, to constantly give to others until you realize that you weren't really giving to yourself. And I think that in taking this next step, you will still feel that pressure. Even with all that you've achieved, you'll still feel, I think, a little bit of pressure to continue to give even more to people. And at some point, it's going to make you burn out. That's what you don't see coming. Looking at the advice from Spirit, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse, we have the Four of Coins, and we have Lovers. With these cards, it feels like Spirit is saying you need to dial it back. All of this that you're giving to everyone else, keep some of that for you. Doesn't mean that you don't care about people, doesn't mean that you don't love them, etc., etc., etc. It just means that you are not willing to set yourself on fire to keep them warm anymore. This just means that you are making sure that you have something in your reserves to take care of you. I feel like this is you stepping out of this energy of being worried about dialing back what you give to others. This is you getting out of this limbo and trusting that you will be protected, that these blessings that are coming towards you, this journey that you're on, will not be snatched away because you were focusing on self-preservation now. So looking at your potential outcome, we have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Nine of Cups, and we also have courtship and judication. So I think that this is you sort of initially with these folks that are around you, planting the seed that you are no longer going to be a bottomless pit for them. This is you starting to slowly move out of this limbo energy, out of this feeling of obligation, sort of getting out of your head and moving towards your happiness. This is you making the decision that your happiness is more important than these people's needs. That if you're not in a good place, if you're not solid, if you're not stable, if you're not happy, there's not much that you can do for other people. So I think that you are moving forward and focusing on you for the first time in a very long time. And that's a good thing. You're working towards your happiness. You're making that decision. You're making that choice. So I'm going to pull one last oracle card for you and see what final messages Spirit has for my Gemini collective. What I don't I don't even know where that went. Hold on one second. I need to retrieve that. Okay, I'm back. That card actually kind of shot across the room, so I had to unhook myself and go get it. But the final card that came out for you is when I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. So I think again that this is you sort of taking your time to get out of this limbo, this energy where you're not quite ready to move on. But I think that instead of forcing yourself, you're pacing yourself, right? And you're being very, very patient and letting the universe guide you, having that trust that you are protected in your movement forward. And I think that once you get comfortable with that idea, you will start again on that journey. You'll start pouring that attention, that effort, that energy that you've been giving so freely to others back into yourself. And that's going to put you in a better headspace. That's going to put you on the path to your happiness, to your emotional fulfillment. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Gemini. I hope that this was helpful and I hope that this resonated. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. In the meanwhile, I am sending you huge, huge hugs.